Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you'd never ask, Heidi. It's the weekend, so let's do the whole doggone thing. June 29th, Saturday, Fish and Chips Day. I'm a fan of fish and chips, and I never think to order that. I should do that
once
more
in
often.
a while.
International Mud Day, National Camera Day, Waffle Iron Day, Bacon Burnt End Day. Oh, that sounds good. Almond Butter Crunch Day. I'm going to gain 8 pounds today. What else
Just
do we
from
have
reading
here?
the list.
Work from Home Day, Great American Picnic Day, Celebrate Your Marriage Day. We should celebrate our marriage today.
I do every single day.
I do too. Sunday, the 30th of June is International Asteroid Day, International Sailor Moon Day, National Corvette Day, National Meteor Watch Day. So it's Meteor Watch Day, but Asteroid Day. Social Media Day, Log Cabin Day, Blink 182 Day, National Organization for Women Day. There's other stuff going on this weekend. You can read about it in the show notes for today. And I'm going to talk to, he's a movie star. He's an actor who's in like TV shows. We could probably have him on Movie Star Monday, but I chose to have him today because we're not really talking about movies or TV today. Eric Winter is my guest. We're going to talk to him about, he's got some new booze that he's making. So we're going to talk about his moonshine. Oh, it's not moonshine? I'm just kidding. No, it's not. But it sounds fantastic. We'll chat all about it in a bit. Charlie has Parkinson's. Recently, Charlie started wearing a bracelet from VitaTech Healing.
I'm an avid golfer, and I was going to give it up this year. I just deteriorated that much. Now I'm back to golfing, enjoying it, having a good time. I just can't stress enough how good it is.
Click on radiosavings.com to hear more of Charlie's story and find out how VitaTech Healing is helping others with ADHD, fibromyalgia, autism, and more. Plus, find radio-only savings by clicking the link at radiosavings.com. That's radiosavings.com. Now, surveys and studies and such brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. A type of wine that you enjoy may reveal a lot about your personality.
Oh.
In 2002, a survey found stark differences between people who drink red wine and those who like white wine. So let's ask Heidi first. What kind of wine do you like, Heidi?
Red, dry.
And
red.
what kind of wine do I like, Heidi?
You like the sweetest possible white wine that's on the market.
I don't even like that, really. If I have to drink
It's got to
wine,
be Kool-Aid, basically.
I'm not a big fan. I'm like, I don't really need wine. She's like, no, I got this for you. It's called Moscato. I'm like, it sounds like a past tense of mosquito. Are they related? Anyway, red wine drinkers were found more likely to be introverts, Heidi.
Yeah.
Who love to travel, Heidi, and enjoy early mornings, not Heidi. White wine connoisseurs, they're more likely to consider themselves extroverts and night owls. Yes, that's me. The poll also found that white wine drinkers tend to be perfectionists. They like They like jazz music. They prefer cats over dogs.
None
and
of that
they're more
is
likely
you.
to identify as curious and sarcastic individuals. Red wine fans are more likely to be dog lovers and fans of punk music. They consider themselves adventurous, humble, and organized. Hey, you can't be right on all of them.
I'm extremely organized.
Yeah, she's very organized.
And I do like punk
and
music.
I am a punk, so I don't know. Some of that's right. Surveys and studies and such brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com.
It's rad. It's bad. It's 80s. The coolest rock vacation of the summer. Retromania Live. August 21st through 25th, the Mansion Theater. Starring Vince Neil, Bobby Brown, Casey and the Sunshine Band, Night Ranger, Tom Kiefer, Tiffany, Lou Graham, Pauly Shore, celebrity autograph signing, costume parties, and more. Single day tickets on sale now at RetromaniaLive.com. Produced by Branson Star Entertainment.
Did you know? Brought to you by Genesis Gold, IRA.com. Heidi, did you know that tickling has divided now into two different types of tickling? So there's a kinesmus, which refers to light feather-like tickling, and gargulus, which refers to harder, laugh-inducing tickling. Well, they're saying it's two different things. If you're tickling somebody lightly, like it's a light tickle that would make you giggle, that's different than somebody who's tickling like a harder tickle that's making people laugh. I don't know. I don't know everything, but now we know this.
John and Heidi.
Now, big screen, little screen, brought to you by radiosavings.com. I can't wait to see the expression on Heidi's face when I tell her this. Matt Bomer and Nathan Lane are going to star in a new Golden Girls-inspired sitcom.
I saw that, but it's different sex.
Okay.
Yep, it's not women, it's men.
So, anyway, the Hulu Mid-Century Modern is what they're going to call it. Produced by Ryan Murphy, created by Will and Grace's Max Munchik and
I
David
can
Cohen.
promise you I will not be tuning into this at all.
They say each character is kind of based on a character similar to, so it's kind of, but not quite yet. No word on a release date, so I don't know when Heidi's going to have to ignore this. Coming soon. And did you know that Matthew McConaughey almost left Hollywood for good? He was typecast as a rom-com actor, a failure to launch star, took 2 years off. Some people noticed because they're like, why isn't he doing anything anymore? And he finally returned when he was offered the role of a lifetime, a dramatic role in The Lincoln Lawyer. And then he did True Detective. And he's been trying to do other things, The Dallas Buyers Club. But he was saying, I don't want to be stuck in all these romantic comedies because, like, that's all people know me for now.
Yeah.
But he said, of course, it wasn't, he said he wanted to try some other stuff, of course, but I wasn't getting it, so I had to leave Hollywood for 2 years. And he said, dude, it was scary. So I'll bet it was. Big Screen, Little Screen, brought to you by RadioSavings.com. Charlie has Parkinson's. He started wearing a bracelet from Vitatech Healing, and he's noticed a difference, even while sleeping.
Once I got in bed, I couldn't roll over. I couldn't move. I was just whatever position I was in, just a chore to get out of bed. And now everything is so much better.
Click on RadioSavings.com to hear more of Charlie's story and find out how Vitatech Healing is helping others with ADHD, fibromyalgia, autism, and more. Plus, find radio-only savings by clicking the link at RadioSavings.com. That's RadioSavings.com. Time now for the scoop of the day. It comes your way courtesy of BetterCreditCards.com. This story confuses me. It's only a headline, but it confuses me. Pakistan says they'll start cracking down on obese policemen.
Okay.
So who's going to arrest them?
I'm just going to make them exercise, I suppose. If you want to keep your job, you got to lose weight by whatever date.
I now announce myself arrested because that doesn't really, they're going to crack down. So I can understand that because you need to be in a good enough physical shape to do things. But I think that depending on what the job is, I think there's parts of those jobs that don't need physical ability as much as others. So I don't know. It's just interesting. And as the old saying goes, music is good for your soul, Heidi. But research now suggests that it might actually be good for your heart as well. University of Belgrade School of Medicine, researchers there found that listening to music for 30 minutes a day can cause people who have suffered from a heart attack to experience significantly less chest pain and anxiety. I think it probably depends on the kind of music you're listening to.
That's true.
If you're listening to soothing, relaxing music, or if you're listening to like something really hard and heavy, I guarantee you there's a difference. Over a 7-year period, patients on music therapy, on average, had an anxiety score that was 1/3 lower than the score of patients on standard treatment.
Nice.
Music therapy patients also reported 25% less chest pain and significantly lower rates of other heart-related illness. So
music is good for the soul, man.
that is very cool. And it's good for your heart as well, according to that story. So there are some kind of music that my beautiful bride over here likes to listen to that is very relaxing. And Billie Holiday is something that
Billie
quite often
Holiday.
will be in the evening. And
Yep.
Heidi's like, she's playing Billie Holiday. And I'm like, what? You're like in a Billie Holiday mood, aren't you?
Yeah, I love
So,
Billie Holiday.
it's kinda cool.
I love jazz.
I like all kinds of stuff. I like almost every kind of music. Scoop of the day comes your way, courtesy of BetterCreditCards.com.
Can your IRA or 401k stand up to the next financial crisis? By allocating a percentage of your retirement into physical gold and silver with a tax-free rollover, you can diversify and safeguard your holdings from turbulent markets and economic downturns. Safeguard your assets with a tax-free rollover with a Genesis Gold IRA, the only IRA that can hold physical precious metals. Protect your retirement today with a simple phone call and receive your free gold and silver guide. Call 1-800-200-GOLD or visit genesisgoldira.com.
Thank you for listening to the John and Heidi Show. Excited to visit right now with Eric Winter. You know him from Days of Our Lives, from The Rookie, and you've got kind of a fun project you're working on now. And this is not on the big screen. It's not on the little screen. You're making your own booze. This is kind of cool. How did you get interested in this, Eric?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for having me. This is one of those things where something that was an early novelty developed into a passion that I explored and turned into a business. Years ago, I started to discover my fondness for rum. I wasn't a rum drinker initially. My now wife is Puerto Rican, and when I went to meet her family for the first time almost 20 years ago, I was introduced to a premium rum with her family because that's what they drink in Puerto Rico. From then on, I would start to try different rums as I'd be on vacation and traveling to see what their country's rum was like. A few years ago, I said to my wife, I would love to come out with a premium rum. There is a very poor rum selection in the U.S. There's not a lot to choose from. I met up with a partner, who's now my partner, Brad Parks, and a few years ago, we started to taste different rums from different regions, and we said, what if we put 3 premium rums together and we come up with this phenomenal aged that had such different characteristics because it was made from different regions, different countries with different distilling techniques. And that's how we landed with our aged Palm Republic, and our silver has USVI in Jamaica, and our aged is USVI Jamaica and Panama. And we worked with an amazing master distiller. It took a long time, but we landed on the right formula and the right blend, and here we are.
I love that. Palm Republic is the brand name, and you see this in stores like in the southeast part of the country. Do you have plans to see that expand all over the nation eventually?
Absolutely. You know, right now, our biggest, way to get it is through our website, palmrepublicrum.com. We are launching in Florida out the gate, which is the largest rum market in the country. And we have some placements in California, San Diego. We have some stores carrying it, and we have some big hotels, et cetera, in California. They're also going to be carrying it. So we're slowly going to start, expanding the right way, but, available online for everybody.
I love that. You're not the first celebrity who's famous for something else who's now started to do, dabble a little bit in something like this, whether it's, there's some that do tequila, there's some that do whiskeys, whatever, but you chose rum, which I think is awesome. I have my theory on why that is, but why do you think that is? Is there a specific thing that drew you to this?
Yeah, I think there's a combination. I myself, at the core, have always been an entrepreneur. I've wanted to start a business for a long time outside of acting. I wanted to do different things, invest in different things. I've never wanted to just be an actor. I think a lot of actors now, have for a long time, don't want to solely be actors because it's a work for hire job. It's tough in our industry. So they want to find a way to create their own path in business. Spirits, I think, took off after Casamigos with George Clooney, and he did incredibly well. When I set out to do the rum, it was a personal thing that I was passionate about rum. It wasn't so much about me saying, so many celebrities are doing spirits, let me do a spirit, let me do rum. It's different. I actually have this, narrative, which is true. It's, to me, the real star of this whole thing for me is the rum. Like that to me is the real celebrity. That I think the rum stands on its own. To me, it's been a joyous venture to do something and create something from scratch that I've been passionate about.
Absolutely. And one of the things that I think, when I look at the whole thing, I think what it takes to be you, Eric Winter, the guy that's in these TV shows and is known all over the place, you've climbed to the top of your game there. You've done a really good job at that. And when you think of other actors who've done that, and you think of sports people who've climbed to the top of their game, it's the same skill set that you guys have used to be the best at what you do. When you look at an entrepreneur, they've got to have that same skill set. So I think it just makes sense. Your job has been marketing a product called Eric Winter for years. Now you're marketing another product. I think it's like a perfect fit.
Yeah. You're absolutely right. And a lot of those things come hand in hand, that sort of grit and fight to not give up. And as an actor, you constantly are fighting to get another job, and hopefully you'll get one that, is your big break. And I think with being an entrepreneur, it's the same thing, right? You're trying different products, you're trying to create new things, and you're hoping one of them lands. That's what it is to be a business person and to start a company. So it's been fun. A lot of the same things being used.
Thank you very much for taking the time to chat with us. I got to ask real quickly, the program that I know a lot of people know you for all these different things that you're in, but you get to be a police officer in one of the programs, The Rookie. And when you meet real police officers, do they typically approve? I would assume they probably do, right?
They actually do. We honor, police officers very, very strongly on our show. We do it the right way and make sure that it looks real and their job is not, taken too lightly. And a lot of police officers are huge fans of the show, love what we do, and they're super supportive. So it's been great to get that feedback.
Well, I love what you do there, and you do so many wonderful things partnering with nonprofits, and keep up the good work, and thank you for taking the time to chat with us today.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Again, Eric Winter, and you know him from The Rookie, from Days of Our Lives. Now you're going to know him from Palm Republic. It is a new rum brand that's available. I've got a link to the website, all the details in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com. Charlie has Parkinson's. Recently, Charlie started wearing a bracelet from Vitatech Healing.
I'm an avid golfer, and I was going to give it up this year. I just deteriorated that much. Now I'm back to golfing, enjoying it, having a good time. I just can't stress enough how good it is.
Click on radiosavings.com to hear more of Charlie's story and find out how Vitatech Healing is helping others with ADHD, fibromyalgia, autism, and more. Plus, find radio-only savings by clicking the link at radiosavings.com. That's radiosavings.com. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
The first household refrigerator costs about $16,000 in today's money.
Whoa.
Can you imagine paying $16,000 for a refrigerator?
Holy cow.
We got a fancy refrigerator that has a window in it and everything.
Yeah,
And
it
was way
does.
less than that. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Nintendo has such a large cash reserve that the company could lose $257 million every year, and they would still survive until 2052.
Holy cow.
Yeah, that is crazy. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
You share your birthday with at least 9 million other people around the world.
Oh, that's cool.
So
We should
you're
have a party.
Yeah, you're going to have a big cake. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
The average person will grow 6.5 feet of nose hair in their lifetime.
Ew. Ew.
You might want to trim that.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, and our final fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
The sun shrinks by about 5 feet every single hour. I don't know how we know that,
Yeah, I don't
but
know
somebody
how they know
somewhere
that.
says, and then they just all go, yeah, okay, thank you. Several fun facts. Now you know. Thanks for listening to The John and Heidi Show.
It's rad. It's bad. It's 80s. The coolest rock vacation of the summer. Retromania Live. August 21st through 25th, the Mansion Theater. Starring Vince Neil, Bobby Brown, Casey and the Sunshine Band, Night Ranger, Tom Kiefer, Tiffany, Lou Graham, Pauly Shore, celebrity autograph signing, costume parties, and more. Single day tickets on sale now at RetromaniaLive.com. Produced by Branson Star Entertainment.
Time now for the Mint Mobile question of the day. It comes your way, courtesy of Mintervention.com. Question for you, Heidi. According to kids, this is the worst thing about being in a car with their parents. What are their parents doing?
The music that they have to listen to.
Yes and no. When their parents start singing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I remember we were torturing our children the right way. We were singing along, and our kids are like, do you even know the words to this song? Like,
And most of the time, no, we
probably
did not.
but you're going to hear it anyway. Mint Mobile question of the day comes your way, courtesy of Mintervention.com. Charlie has Parkinson's. He started wearing a bracelet from Vitatech Healing, and he's noticed a difference, even while sleeping.
Once I got in bed, I couldn't roll over. I couldn't move. I was just whatever position I was in, just a chore to get out of bed. And now everything is so much better.
Click on radiosavings.com to hear more of Charlie's story and find out how Vitatech Healing is helping others with ADHD, fibromyalgia, autism, and more. Plus, find radio-only savings by clicking the link at radiosavings.com. That's radiosavings.com. Now, some weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. The Wall Street Journal reports that the latest in comfy fashion involves jeans that are not really jeans. They're just sweatpants that are printed to look like jeans. But they're saying this not in an ironic way. While I'm sure that a comparison to 1980s jeggings can't be ignored, the quality from brands like Rags & Bone, Miramar line makes the fake jeans wear passable. Even at the office, it's offering range in price from $100 to $238 for shorts or jeans or jackets. Wait a minute. $100 to $230 for a pair of sweatpants? Does that seem like a lot?
That seems like a lot.
That seems like a lot to me as well.
Seems like a whole
their
lot.
line has been described as super soft cotton terry that looks like denim, but feels nothing like it. And the fit, one of the reviewers said, soft, lightweight, moves fluidly, and never clings to my body, end quote. Okay, maybe you just buy a pair of jeans that fit. I'm just
Yeah.
saying.
No, thanks. I'm good.
I don't have a photo to see, but it's weird. Weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
John and Heidi.
Time now for the list brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. Some of the dumbest things celebrities have ever said. So this one here is Brooke Shields. Smoking kills. And if you're killed, you've lost an important part of your life. Paris Hilton said, no, I didn't go to England. I went to London.
Oh, my gosh.
Christina Aguilera said, so where's the Cannes Film Festival being held this year? In Cannes.
Okay.
All right. Dan Rather said, and now my sequence of events in no particular order. All right. Who else do we have on the list here? David Beckham said, we're definitely going to get Brooklyn christened, but we don't know into which religion. So, okay, I see what you're saying. Cameron Diaz said, I've been noticing gravity since I was young. Gwyneth Paltrow says, I'd rather smoke crack than eat cheese from a tin. Kim Kardashian, being on a reality show doesn't get the respect I feel it should.
That's...
And then my favorite one here, David Hasselhoff says, I've got taste. It's inbred in me.
Wow.
There's more on the list as well. It's in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
Can your IRA or 401k stand up to the next financial crisis by allocating a percentage of your retirement into physical gold and silver with a tax-free rollover? You can diversify and safeguard your holdings from turbulent markets and economic downturns. Safeguard your assets with a tax-free rollover with a Genesis Gold IRA, the only IRA that can hold physical precious metals. Protect your retirement today with a simple phone call and receive your free gold and silver guide. Call 1-800-200-GOLD or visit genesisgoldira.com.
Time now for the quote of the day. It comes your way, courtesy of RadioSavings.com. Our quote today is from Stanley Hudson. That's a character on a TV show called The Office. Stanley was one of my favorite characters, by the way. Stanley says, life is short, drive fast, and leave a sexy corpse. That's one of my mottos. Oh, that's so Stanley. I've got that in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news, and I think this is good news. Comes your way courtesy of GenesisGoldIRA.com. What a crazy story from Mississippi. A fisherman saves 38 dogs from drowning.
Ooh.
Yeah. So a native there, Bob Gist, State Farm Insurance agent, became an unexpected hero while he was out fishing for crappie. He said it started as a peaceful fishing trip, turned into a dramatic dog rescue, and it saved the lives of 38 distressed dogs.
38? How did 38 dogs?
Can I tell you?
Please.
Bob, accompanied by a friend, they were fishing. They're out doing this thing. And as they were navigating the lake, they spotted a large number of dogs swimming far from shore. These dogs were so far out, the men figured they needed to check on them. So they reached the dogs. They realized these dogs are everywhere, and they were in distress.
Wow.
What the heck did all these dogs do to get in? And they were trying to figure this out. Upon getting there, they discovered they were part of a fox run event. Each dog had a large number painted on the side, and they were wearing these e-collars. They're like being tracked.
Right.
The dogs had chased a deer into the lake.
Oh, no.
And they ended up lost and disoriented, ended up finding themselves out in the middle. So he's got a boat filled with dogs.
Oh, how cool.
Bob and the crew sprang into action, pulling as many dogs as they could get into their boat and transporting them to shore where the anxious owners were waiting. They made several trips back and forth, rescued as many dogs as they could find. Their mission was complete. An owner with a GPS tracker informed them that 4 more dogs were still in the water. Bob and his team accompanied the owner. They set out. They found the 4 dogs who were nearly exhausted to the point where they could barely stay afloat. They got there just in time. And they got the last 4 dogs as they were sinking underwater.
This is a nice story, John.
That's, of course, every day I end with a nice story. You see how picky she is? Usually I get done with a good news story, and then we're done with the program. It's always the last thing, and then she's like, I could have done so much better.
You
should be ashamed.
I have never done that.
You should be ashamed of yourself in these horrible stories. No, she's never done that. But all right, time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day. You can find the story, this one that Heidi approves, in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.